Hello, this is Scott Carpenter. I want to do a quick video. As I previously announced, I'm doing a project where I'm going back and reviewing all my old videos all the way back to 2009. And I'd say 80 to 90% of this is unwatched. But one of the videos I went through was done in 2010. It was during the time when I was collecting hair samples for the DNA study. And I had found an area where there was a heavy activity. I'm talking about every time I go in there'd be fresh new footprints, and there was a lot going on in this area, and I literally begged for help. At the time, I'm an amateur. I don't have a lot of money. Really high-end trail cameras are expensive, and I was begging everybody, and the names that if I mentioned them, you know, and of course no one would help me. And it's even before I joined North American Bigfoot Search, so I was kind of on my own. So I had bought, just all I could afford is $80, $90 cameras, and I had set up an area where I tried to set up a trap and kind of funnel them to try to get pictures of them. And I was finding a lot of footprints, and I really wish I had done more detailed documentation of this footprint. But it's probably one of the best footprints as far as just clarity I've gotten. And it's a situation, there was a creek, and they'd either walk in the creek or step across the creek, and I always find either a push-off footprint on one side of the creek or a heel print where they landed. And of course this is back in the mountains, and so it's I dare to say during July in snake country, someone's going to be walking around barefooted. Now this footprint's probably about an infant for sure, probably I'd say 7 to 8 inches long, but it's a clear push-off footprint. You can actually see in the mud where he put his foot down and his foot slid backwards, and then he finally pressed off and stepped across. There's no, it's not a bear, or it's not any other wild animal. It's not a double step footprint. There's no claw marks, and it's a clearly defined 5-toe footprint. And if it was a bear, he would have walked bear across this creek, and they don't care. They don't jump across. They just walk right across. They don't care. And so, but whatever, this made this footprint. It mattered not to, to leave as little evidence as possible. And so I wanted to go explain that, kind of go through it, and I will post the original. I know some people complain that I'm doing this, but it's easier sometimes for me to illustrate here if I do it this way, and then I'll go back and post the original. But this is me in the area, and you can kind of see the little creek there, and it's just, this is like a little wide area, and it's just trickling now. It's July 18th, and I'm working my way up. This is an area where I've got hair and a lot of nighttime footage, and I see this little footprint up here, and so I just want to kind of show you my approach to it so you can see. I'm coming into it here, and I don't know, right there's the footprint. And it's going to be, let me step on through here. Of course, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Like I said, there's other footprints. I'm looking up there. I don't even know what I'm doing. And there's a bug on the camera lens. There you go. There's the full footprint. You can see. And I'll zoom in on it. But like I said, at this time I was getting SD cards, and I had hair traps, and why I didn't spend more time on it, I really don't have an answer for you, other than I was just busy and in a hurry. And I'd seen so many. Right there's and you can see here, see where he's pushed the mud. His foot started down here, and he pushed back in. And of course you can see here there's no footprints here crossing the creek. He made it across in one fell swoop there. And we'll zoom, eventually I zoom in here. There I go. And you can see, like I said, see here where he pushed off, pushed the mud and pushed his foot back. You don't even get a full footprint right here. You just get the front of the foot where he stepped down and then crossing. And right there you go, and as I zoom in, finally, yay! And you get right there's your big toe, and so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, there's clearly no paw. It's not a bear print. There's no paw print. There's nowhere in here is there. Anytime I've ever seen a bear cross mud, naturally when he presses into the mud, his claws come out, and there's always, the distinct marks in the mud. And you can see here there's none. So if you want to comment it's a bear, just save your comment. And you can see here the little print goes back, but it's just the front part of the foot. And you can see here where he's pushed down, and when he pushed off, you can see how it's scooted, pushed the mud out from under his foot here. And it's a pretty good little print right here. I would say, you can see there, this is probably about 7-8 inches long. But, I took close up of it. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I move on to something else. You can see it goes back here. Never really, that's just the front part of the foot. And I'm kind of getting close in there for you for the toes. And back out again. So you can see here as I pan back, you can see here there's nothing. He stepped all the way across. It's probably about 3 or 4 feet, a little bit longer across. And that's what I'm kind of showing here. There's no other, he didn't step in the middle. He kind of pushed off and jumped across. And I'm looking for the landing footprint on the other side, which I never did find. So just thought I'd show you that. Like I said, that was a small infant. Like I said, this area yielded numerous hair samples that were in the DNA study. I got some really good video at night on the trail cam in this area, and this is where the footage from what I call the Bigfoot in the Laurels is, and that's probably one of my best captures of a Bigfoot. So this is like, if you want to call it a hot area, this is a real hot area. And like I said, this is July 18th of 2010. This was right in the middle of all the excitement, all the activity was going on during this period.